right. Most of my old clothes are too big.
Mother sometimes are.
Was that Dad?
Not yet.
I thought I heard something.
You did. Another letter from Peru. What's he like? Your Dr. Markham.
Why do you call him my Dr. Markham, Mother?
Well, it's just a figure of speech, darling.
I didn't mean to snap at you. He's very much like Father.
I see.
What?
Well, you always looked up to your father. You must have great respect for Dr. Markham.
Yes. Great respect.
2 letters. One of them got here before you did. I hope they're not asking you to go back so soon, are they?
No, they're not asking me to come back.
Good. I'd hate to think of you leaving so soon.
How could I? Didn't I promise to address the Hospital Aid Society next month?
Reluctantly.
Well, the program chairman was so persuasive.
Was I really?
It was either make an appearance or move to the inn. And the cooking here is infinitely better.
Claire.
Mother.
What is it, dear?
I'm glad I'm home.
So am I.
Isn't it strange how you have to move away from people and places to see them more clearly? To gain a new perspective?
Are you speaking of Peyton Place or Peru?
We never talked much, you and I.
Well, you were involved with other things. Your studies, your work. You seem so far away.
Was I so remote? I'm sorry. I don't think I meant to be.
I know you didn't. It's just that you were so intent on your career.
So intent that I didn't learn other things. Important things that you could have taught me.
It's not too late. Peru has changed you, dear.
It's more than I did for Peru.
It hasn't been easy for you, has it?
Mother.
We're up here in Claire's room, dear. Claire.
Don't worry. We'll talk.
Very soon, I hope.
Very soon.
Well, how are my girls?
Fine, Dad.
Fine.
Dr. Ross is downstairs. I've asked him to join us for dinner. Is it all right? If it's not convenient, we can go to the inn.
Oh, it's perfectly all right, dear.
Why don't you two go on ahead? I'll join you in a few minutes.
Don't be too long. Something's wrong. Perhaps I should have telephoned first.
It'll be all right.
Something's bothering you. I know you too well. Is it Claire?
What's his blood
She
pressure?
seems troubled, deeply troubled.
Pulse? Well, I'll be at the Morton home all evening. If there are any changes, please call me here. Thank you.
Well, Michael, what a nice surprise.
Well, are all wives so gracious to an unexpected guest?
This one is. Was that Elliot Carson you were calling about?
Yes.
How is he?
Well, no changes.
Hello, Dr. Rossi. It's good to see you again.
Well, I've been looking forward to this, particularly after reading Matthew Swain's article.
Don't tell me that's already been printed.
Michael's talking about the first one, about your winning the award and your leave.
Matt Swain's a little biased.
On the contrary, I've always found him to be very fair.
Oh, come now, Doctor. You must admit I ended up sounding like the female counterpart of Albert Schweitzer.
Well, you may share his dedication, but that's where the resemblance ends.
Claire, darling, why don't you fix one of those exotic drinks of yours?
You mean a pisco sour?
Good idea.
None for me, thank you. I'm on call.
Oh, they're very mild. Vincent says if you get high in Peru, it's not the alcohol, it's the altitude.
Or the attitude. Make mine light, then, please.
I don't know why you were worried. She seems in fine form tonight. You?
Well, thanks. Peru?
To Peyton Place.
Some answers.
Rodney, you seem a bit confused. I'm a member of the faculty, not one of your classmates, rivaling for a co-ed's affections.
This has nothing to do with Allison.
Oh?
It's about last night, just before Elliot Carson was shot.
I'll have to see your ID before I can serve you.
No, ma'am, I'm not here to drink. Just to talk to him.
It's up to you.
Look, if you want to talk about the shooting, why ask me? Ask your father.
My father has nothing to hide.
Rodney the righteous, armored in ignorance and spoiling for a fight.
How did you goad George Anderson into trying to kill my father?
That's a ridiculous assumption.
You were with him earlier in the evening?
We may have had a couple of drinks together, but what happened after that
was because you put him up to it. Oh, how and why, I don't know. Maybe you just got bored and wanted to see what would happen.
I assure you, I don't think of violence as a form of entertainment. On the contrary, I've always held a deep belief that a murderer should pay for his crime.
Like Elliot Carson, who did 18 years in prison and wound up with a bullet in his chest.
Perhaps like the man who was really responsible for what happened to him.
You're talking about yourself.
Hardly.
Then of whom?
I'm sorry, I've had my fill of conducting tours through the labyrinth. You're gonna have to find yourself another guide.
No answer.
I gave you a better one. Ask your father.
Why do you keep telling me to ask him?
Because if there's any man who knows the way, it's Leslie Harrington. Ask him, Rodney. Ask him what my sister Elizabeth had in common with George Anderson's wife, Julie. Then ask him how your mother felt about that. Ask him what my sister wrote in her diary. And ask him about the whole tissue of lies and deceits and silences woven around a murder and a mockery of justice.
You're lying.
No, I'm not making any accusations. I'm simply suggesting something that you might ask him.
You've got this thing all so confused. I'm not even sure what you're saying. What did my father do?
To whom? To you? To your mother, to Elliot Carson, to the honor of a town? What?
Stop it.
I asked you what my father did. I want a simple answer.
Yeah, you would. You look at the incredible torture geometry of a dozen lives, and then you expect me to tell you that 1 + 1 = 2.
Henry!
You want a simple answer. All right. I'll give it to you. Your father killed my sister.
There's nothing you can do here.
There's nothing I can do anywhere but wait.
What good would it do? They're not going to let you see him, you know that. You can't just wait around here for the next 48 hours.
You're telling me that I have to leave?
No, just that you should leave.
You were in the room when they took him away. You overheard?
I didn't mean to.
Oh, no, I know. It's just that you and your father have had a lot of time together. A lot of memories. We've had nothing. Just a few brief meetings. Once we met in the library and we talked about poetry. We thought alike. And one time he seemed worried about me, and I thought how strange it was that he should be concerned about me. If I had known then...
Alice.
You know, today was the first time I called him Father. I can't even be sure he heard me.
Come on, I'll take you home.
No, I don't want to go home. Could I go with you?
With me?
Yeah, with you.
Where?
Home?
Come on.
Preview from the continuing story of Peyton Place.
One night this week, why don't we go down to the pond, cut some fancy figures on the ice before it melts?
Is that an invitation or a prescription, Doctor?
Is the medicine so hard to take?
Take my word for it, I didn't kill her. Please.
Do you know who did?
Yes, I do.
No.